Point two, and this will explain how to format properly an income statement. So far, we've looked at the statement of financial position, which presented the assets, liabilities, and equity as of a specific date. This financial statement, our second one, is called an income statement, or if you're following IFRS or IFRS, you might see the language profit or loss statement. So you might see income statement and you might see statement of profit or loss. I'm writing income statement here. So here's the tips on how to present this information properly. Every income starts with a heading and it answers the questions: who is the business? What is the name of the financial statement? And when is it for? My particular income statement example is for Body Back in Motion. I have my wording income statement, and in this case, this one is for the year ended. So all the information I'm presenting is what has happened to the business over the course of the year. Notice there's two sections, and if you did the work from Monday, October 23rd, this might ring a bell. But at the top of the income statement, you'll see the section, which is the revenue section. Some businesses only have one source of revenue. So this could be a physiotherapist business, and they might only have fees that they earn from providing physiotherapy care to patients. In my case, I'm showing you three different streams of revenue because I think it's good for you to see this. So in this case, we have three streams of revenue: revenue from physio, chiropractor, and massage. And then we have another section in the income statement, which are all the expenses. These are the costs that are necessary to help the business earn revenue. So all the costs associated with operating the business. I've listed a few examples here, and these are common, but you might see things like salaries or employees to wages, wages to employees, advertising, insurance, heating your building. You might see something like interest expense. You might see phone and internet expense. So any of the costs that the business incurs would belong here. How do you format the income statement in Excel? Well, I'd like you to only use three columns. I'd like you to use column A, B, and C, and I'd like you to use nothing else. When you type in your information, you'll notice here that the name of the business is sort of extending into the B column. The way you can fix that is just to click away somewhere, and then between A and B, I'd like you to get the black crosshair and click and hold, and you can drag it right over. So that's one way you can change the size of a column. Or I could click and hold again between column A and B, and I could drag it to the left. So I could put it here. I think I'm going to put it here. Next thing I know is that my income statement will expand across these three columns only. I'm not even going to use D, E, and F and so on. I'm only going to use three columns. So what I'd like you to try is to click in the middle of cell A1. Click and hold and drag across to C. And then I'd like you to find something called merge and center, and watch what happens. It centers that bit of text across the three columns that I told it to. So I'm going to do it again for income statement. Click and hold in the middle, drag across and highlight to C, and merge and center. I'll do it again. So that's how you can neatly present the heading of your financial statement. If you have more than one source of revenue, I would like you to put the numbers in the B column. So I'm just going to make up some numbers here just for demonstration. So I'm listing each source of revenue in the B column. I'm listing sort of the amounts, but I'd like you to put the total over in the C column because I'm going to separate it so that it's easy for a reader to interpret. So it's nice and neat this way. So I would like you to put a formula in cell C9. So you're going to enter equals. Then you're going to type sum, beginning bracket, and you could click and hold, and drag all the numbers you'd like to add. So I clicked on the 100,000, I held it down, and I dragged down to 300,000. Now I'm going to hit my end bracket, so shift end bracket and enter. Then I'm going to list all of my expenses. That might be too much. I'll just put some numbers in for demonstration. And when you're typing in the numbers, don't bother formatting the numbers in any way. Don't put in a space, don't put in a comma. Just type in the digits and let the program do the rest. Okay, so I've entered in some of the expenses. Apply the same formatting that you did above in revenue, or that I did above. So I'd like you to put the total expenses in the C column also. So enter a formula in at total expenses that looks like this, equals sum, beginning bracket, click and hold, and drag down to the last expense, hit end bracket, and enter. Okay, so now I know that the revenue that I earned for providing all of those services, which was physio, chiropractor, and massage, the total revenue is 420,000, and the total expenses is 160,000. So in this case, did I have net income? Did I earn net income, or did I incur a loss? Well, the revenue is greater than the expenses, so I am going to show net income. This means that I am profitable. So here's your formula to calculate net income. Equals sum, beginning bracket, and then I will click the 420 and I will hit subtract on my keyboard. Subtract is to the right of the 0 on your keyboard. And then I will click the number that represents total expenses. And then I have to enter in my end bracket. So your formula should look something like that. If you hit enter at this stage, you should get the number that is representing all of your revenues minus all of your costs. So there's a few little formatting things I should share with you. You need a $sign at the first number in each column. So I need a $sign here and here, and I need a $sign down at the final figure, which is net income in this case. I'm going to do this in one shot, so watch this. I'm going to click the first number, and I'm going to hold down the command key on my computer. I'll click this number. I'm still holding the command key, and I'll click that one. And I'd like to put in a $sign. So hit the $sign on in your Excel program, and then some formatting changes occur. So at this stage, what I would do is decrease the decimal, because I want all the numbers to be formatted consistently. So decrease the decimal is here. I could increase it here. I can decrease it there. And then I think what I'd like to do is make all of the other numbers include a comma as well. So make sure they're all consistent. So there's a comma, and I'll just decrease. And now all of my numbers are consistently formatted. Oops, I don't have a $sign here. So I'll throw in a $sign. Get rid of the decimal. And the last thing I would say is you need a single line here. So go to bottom border. Now I have a single line here. I'll put another single line here because I added up all of these. And then I'll put a single line in here because I deducted 160,000 from 420. And what do you think goes here? And if you thought double bottom border, you're right. And that's how you can neatly present an income statement. So if you had to define an income statement is a financial statement that presents the revenues and the costs and the net income or net loss for a period of time. Common periods of time for accounting purposes are annually for the year or quarterly every 3 months. Those are typically the periods of time that companies will share their financial information. I hope that made sense. That's it for this one.